have a plan to go to west. It's the highway, it's the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Alright, it's time for another edition of We Get Our Kicks reading Book 66, the Kennedy Elementary School Summer Reading Challenge, where I bring you a different book inspired by a different location, an award-winning book like this one, The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santat. I bring you to a book inspired by a different location today. I'm at my elementary school, Vanderland Elementary School in DeKalb County, where I grew up in Dunwoody. This is where I learned where I imagined what I was going to be when I grew up, and so this is why I inspired The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santat. As I read, I'm going to try to read fluently, read what good readers do, read fluently, read the words correctly, at a good pace, not too fast, not too slow, and with expression. And as I read, I want you guys to listen for the story elements, who or what the story's about, the setting, where and when the story's taking place, and the sequence of events, what happens first, next, and last. So here we go. I'm going to hope you enjoy that. And this is The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santat. You guys have a great day. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santat. He was born on an island far away where imaginary friends were created. Here they lived and played, each eagerly awaiting to be imagined by a real child. Every night he stood under the stars hoping for his turn to be picked by a child and given a special name. He waited for many nights, but his turn never came. His mind filled with thoughts of all the amazing things that were keeping his friend from imagining him. So rather than waiting, he did the unimaginable. He sailed through unknown waters and faced many scary things, but thinking about his friend gave him the courage to journey on until he reached the real world. The real world was a strange place. No kids were eating cake, no one stopped to hear the music, and everyone needed nap time. Then he finally saw something familiar, so he followed. He had a good feeling about this place. He looked everywhere, and he could not find his friend. He climbed to the top of a tree and looked out, wishing and hoping his friend would come. But no one came. He thought about how far he'd come and how long he'd waited and felt very sad. Then he heard a noise below. Hello! Her face was friendly and familiar, and there was something about her that felt just right. At first they weren't sure what to do. Neither of them had made a friend before, but after a little while they realized they were perfect together. Beekle and Alice had many new adventures. They shared their snacks. They told funny jokes. The world began to feel less strange. And together they did the unimaginable. The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santal.
Well, if you